Hello to all you lovely people out there in Listenerland. My name is Richard Story, and I am joined today in the beautiful environs of Crystal Palace Park by the incredibly wonderful Mr.
Mark Cameron.
That's it. How do you remember your name every single time? Anyway, we have been told on several occasions that we make a pair of extraordinarily engaging raconteurs, and so we thought it might be rather fun to just sit here out in this beautiful park on a lovely sunny day and just regale each other with various things that have happened during the week and whatever occurs to us, and also take advantage of a very nice flask of coffee and some very tasty little treats that we have here, and just chat about stuff. And if any of you wonderful people listening would like to join us on this journey and share our conversation, we'd be very glad to hear from you, wouldn't we?
We certainly would.
We need a name for this series of podcasts.
Please.
What we've got at the moment is, for Richard and Mark, everything is black and white. But that is a working title. It's not necessarily what we're going to stick with. But unless someone, even you, dear listener, out there in Listenerland, if you can't come up with something, maybe that is the title that's going to remain. We'll have to wait and see. So please do get in touch if you can think of anything to suggest. Although we don't guarantee we're going to use it, but I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun weighing up all these different possibilities. Yes. So have you had a good week, Mr. Cameron?
I've had an excellent week.
It's impossible because it's only Tuesday.
Lovely and sunny today as well, which is great.
It is. And we've managed to position ourselves in the park very strategically in a sort of fenced off area so no one can attack us. And we can see at a distance lots of people out, playing on the playground over there and pushing babies in little push chairs and walking their dogs and all that kind of thing. But sufficiently far away from them, they can't hear what we're saying.
Very true, very true.
So we can talk about anybody and say what we really think.
Yeah.
Quite safely.
If anybody who's never been to Crystal Palace Park, I would recommend going to Crystal Palace Park. It's one of the best places you can go in the summertime. You can have picnics here. There's a sandpit for the young children. Yeah, a bit of free promotional advertising for Crystal Palace Park.
Well, not only that, but if they time it right, they might even see us sitting here chatting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We should have brought autograph photos to hand out to people. Why didn't you think of that? Anyway, yes, there was one particular thing I wanted to tell you, because yesterday I was on my way to a rehearsal.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and I was on the train. Well, when I say I was on the train, I wasn't actually on the train, I was in the train.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That would be very concerning.
It would actually.
That'd be something out of Mission Impossible, wouldn't it?
Have you ever been on a train?
No, not myself personally, no.
You go in the train as well?
I've been in the train.
In the train, yes.
On the seat.
Yeah, on the seat. Yes. You want to get in the seat. You could get between the seats if it's those ones that kind of back up against each other, but that'd be a bit cramped, I suppose.
My daughter has.
Actually,
yes. Then
you had to go do some laundry afterward. Anyway, so there I was in this train, and they were making these pre-recorded announcements that come on every now and then. I'm sure you'll have heard them. And there was one particular announcement that came on that said, "Do not leave your luggage unattended. Unattended luggage may be removed without warning." And it suddenly occurred to me, well, hang on a minute. If the luggage is unattended, there's no one to give warning to anyway, is there? They're not going to just announce to the thin air that they're taking the luggage away. So of course it will be removed without warning. Anyway, just something that occurred to me.
Okay.
Yes. Here's another one. They say, if you are getting off the train at the next stop, please ensure you have all your belongings with you. Well, how many people get on the train with all their belongings in the first place? You see, they just don't think of these things. They make these announcements, they don't think it through. They never ask me. I could have written a much better set of announcements. Now, you're all right if you're getting on at Victoria or Euston where they've got luggage trolleys. But if you're getting on at Little Pudgate by Sea that only runs on Sunday afternoons or something, how are you going to get all your stuff on then? What is this I'm eating here? Oh, it's a lemon fruit loaf.
Yeah, so what do you think of this lemon mini loaf? And so I think it reminds me of something I used to make as a child. Very sticky.
Do you mean, when you say you made it as a child, are you talking about something to eat or like modelling clay?
So do you have any other plans for this week apart from Ash Wednesday?
Yeah, well, tomorrow I've got a day of music exams in I better not say where it is in case any of the candidates are listening.
Yeah.
But yes, I have a day of face-to-face music exams. That's one of the things I do.
I was thinking I'm playing all by myself. And started interfering.
So if you've ever heard anybody say, oh, next week I'm taking my grade 5 piano or my grade 2 flute or whatever, Then I'm the bad-tempered git who sits. Who's calling me? Someone's calling me on my phone right now. Don't they know? There we are. I didn't answer it, and it serves them right.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have been an unidentified caller.
Yeah, I don't answer those.
Anyway, as I was saying,
Yes.
So someone says, I'm taking my grade 5 piano exam next week, and I'm the bad-tempered so-and-so who sits behind the desk, and they come and play to me, and I have to decide if they pass the exam or not. A bit like Simon Cowell, except hopefully I'm nicer than he is.
That's what he says.
Well, I wouldn't mind if I had his money. If you're listening, Simon Cowell, can I have your money?
I actually quite enjoy Britain's Got Talent. Actually, now it does have some entertaining.
It does, but I can't help wondering, with not only that, but all of these slightly reality show type things, how much of what you're seeing really is real, and how much of it is staged. Because when you see someone who walks on and suddenly the whole stage transforms into some incredible thing, they can't just do that on the spur of the moment. They have to have planned it all.
There was one act last season that my mum and my daughter, Stephanie Rose, and I watched.
Yes.
It was the Simons. So one Simon came out, basically this person dressed as Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Then a few moments later, another Simon Cowell. Another Simon Cowell.
And did they really look like him?
No, they just had a wig.
Oh, right.
His tight jumper on.
Yes.
And then by the end of it, there was probably about 100, 150 Simon Cowells on stage. It was one of the funniest things you could possibly imagine.
Is that all they did? They just walked out onto the stage and
and just started singing "Simply the Best." Simply the best.
And did they get through?
They did.
When an act comes on the stage and you can see they're a bit kind of skeptical about it. And he'll say something like, I've heard him say a few times, you do realise that the winner is going to play at the Royal Variety Show. Do you think this is something the royal family want to see? Yeah. And one of those that sticks in my mind was one where someone walked on the stage just carrying this little box of Ferrero Rocher chocolates. Did you see that one?
No.
And he said, okay, I see you have a box of Ferrero Rocher chocolates. What's your act you're going to do? He says, well, I have the world record for eating the most number of Ferrero Rocher chocolates in the space of 1 minute. You see, and so Amanda Holden goes, "Oh, okay, so it's a bit of unusual, but okay, how many do you get through in a minute then?" And he goes, 7. And she goes, 7? I thought you were going to say 300 or something. And anyway, well, all right. And you really think the royal family is going to want to see this? Yes. Okay, well, the stage is yours. Off you go then. And so he just stands there eating like this. And then in the wings, there's Ant and Dec. And Ant is going, I'll see if I can beat him. And he's going like this, going like, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. And he got to the end of the 1 minute, and the buzzer went. He said, okay, how many have you eaten? And he said, 6. Back to the wings. Ant goes, I did 7. I beat him, Ant. A friend of mine actually did appear on there. And so I know stuff. I do. So when you see the aerial shot of that long zigzag queue, hundreds and hundreds of people all queuing up to get in, they don't all go and play for Simon Cowell. There's no way he could see all them. Yeah. They all get divided up into and go and do their act for subcommittees first. Now, the job of these subcommittees is not to pick the best ones.
Really?
Their job is to compile an entertaining TV show. And that's why you sometimes get ones who are so obviously hopeless. Yeah. But it makes you go, ha, 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 and you enjoy the thing more because of them.
Interesting.
Which is a bit kind of nasty to them because they're hoping this is their dream. They're going to be the next Celine Dion or whoever it is. And they're just clearly nowhere near that. Sure. And yet they're paraded in front of everybody just for a bit of entertainment and poking fun, really.
Yes. So it feels like the olden days when, the king had jesters, isn't it?
Yes. Although having said that, I have noticed that there don't seem to be as many of the bad ones now.
Sure.
They seem to have moved more over into kind of spectacular things. If you can get up there with a troop of 16 acrobating, somersaulting, incredibly athletic people, they'll probably have that on there.
Oh yeah, that was on the last season of Britain's Got Talent. That was amazing.
Right. Oh, was that you on there?
I wish.
Right.
If I did any backflip at my age,
yes,
I'd probably be out of commission probably about 6 months to a year. That's how long it would take me to recover just from doing one backflip.
At your age, you're not that young.
44. Remember my birthday was last week.
44.
Well, yeah, my birthday was last Tuesday.
Well, you don't look that old.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so 25th of February. was my birthday.
I mean, even I don't look that old.
Yeah. You 25 now?
Well, I was once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was all 25 once. I remember that. Yeah. You know, less greys.
Well, it's true. Well, yes, and we're both equally challenged in the follicle department.
Yes.
But fortunately, that's why we're doing a podcast instead of a video.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, you see over there, that mini lake which has created itself over the last 18 months.
Oh, yes.
So the funny thing about that is that when people walk their dogs, do you see the dogs going, the dog looks at the lake, well, mini lake, looks at the owner, looks at the lake, looks at the owner goes, no. Dog goes, nods its head and goes, I'm doing this. And you just see the dog running like a Usain Bolt. Jumps in, mud everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you hear, get out! And the dog's just having a time. It's like swimming around like that.
You're right. I have seen that. And the strange thing about it is, because it's not really a lake, it's just like a little indentation in the ground, isn't it? Where when it had bad weather, it fills up with water.
Yeah, and the water's never seemed to have disappeared.
Well, yeah, it does stay there a long time. But just a little distance over there is a real actual lake. In fact, there's two. There's one that way and one that way. And you never see the dogs jumping into that.
Yeah.
They've just got this fixation with this kind of impromptu lake.
Yeah, very true, very true.
What I would really like to see is when you see the owner standing there going, no, and the dog kind of looking very hopeful. When the owner goes, no, oh, all right, then I will. And the owner goes and jumps in while the dog watches. Now that would be nice.
That was
Exactly,
you
exactly.
stole my thunder.
And I think it goes without saying, or I hope it goes without saying, that as tempting as it will be for you to go and jump in the lake right at this moment, we are doing a podcast, so I must ask you to not give in to that temptation at this time.
Yeah, I don't have a towel. That is the main problem, you see.
No, but that's no use, because if you took the towel in there with you, that would get wet as well. I remember walking around the park when we had all the snow a few years ago. Do you remember the big snow?
Oh, was that in 2009?
I mean, it was a complete whiteout. No one could get to work or nothing.
2009. Yeah.
And we all, lots of people decided it'd be nice to come to the park. And we were all just walking around, and it was so quiet. Lots of people walking. But there was just this hush and this stillness, everything laden with snow. It was lovely. It was one of them. And walking down that avenue of trees there, it was just so picturesque. I took lots of photos and everything. Look, I'll show them to everyone. Look, here you are. Here's the first one. Do you like that? Here's another one. And there's this one too. See? Beautiful. Actually, now that reminds me, because I like doing magic tricks. I used to be a member of the Junior Magic Circle. Did I ever tell you that?
No, you did not.
Yeah. And I'll do one of the tricks now for you, so all the people in Listenerland can see how adept I am. So here, look, we've got this pack of cards, right? I'm just going to shuffle them up. Right, okay. So pick a card. Don't let me see it. Okay. Now, of course, the people in Listenerland can't see what the card is, so can you just whisper to them, tell them what it is?
Ace of Spades.
Have you told them?
Yes.
Right, okay, put it back in the pack. Okay, I'll shuffle them up. Now I'm going to pick a card out. Watch this. Would you believe it? It's the Ace of Spades.
Oh,
see, I must be a genius.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, you're quite good.
Thank you.
How long was you in the...
Oh, only about a year or so.
Okay.
My speciality actually was the cups and balls trick. Have you seen that one? Where you have three cups, and you put a little ball under one. And then I've got this wrong way around. You put the 3 cups upside down, then you put a ball on top of the cup, then you lift up the other cup and put it on top of that.
Because I was going to say, that wouldn't really work, would it? That would be
it
a magic
works.
trick. If you could really do that, that would be a magic trick.
Well, it would, yes. But of course, all my tricks and magic, they do work. Don't you believe in all that kind of stuff?
That would be something that even David Copperfield couldn't do.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I remember he and Paul Daniels had a falling out about that once.
Oh, really?
Because David Copperfield had a thing on TV where he managed to disappear the Statue of Liberty. And Paul Daniels was asked about this. What's your opinion of this wonderful magic trick that David Copperfield has done? And he says, well, when you see me do magic, things will disappear and reappear somewhere else and all that. But he said, you can't vanish the Statue of Liberty. No. So it must just be camera tricks.
Yes.
So that's what he's done. And there was a little bit of animosity there between those two professionals at that level. But there you go.
Wasn't Paul Daniels married to Debbie McKee?
He was. And I remember she was interviewed by Mrs. Merton on her TV show.
Oh, right.
And the opening line was, because Mrs. Merton, you remember her, she was like dressed in a sort of, like a cleaning woman almost, and just sitting there.
Oh, yes.
And she goes, well, now, tell me, Debbie, what was it that first attracted you to the multimillionaire Paul Daniels? Now look, we've got crisps, we've got wagon wheels, we've got Kit Kats, we've got little Satsumari things, and some orange juice. Oh no, it's not orange, it's apple and mango. Would you like any of these?
I'm okay for the moment.
I know you are, but would you like any of these?
I probably will.
Okay, well anyway, help yourself if you like. Just don't talk with your mouth full, because you know I can't bear bad table manners.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh, they're the wagon wheels with the jam inside.
Oh yes, the blue packets. The red packet has no jam.
Yes.
But the blue packet. See, now I'm old enough to remember the day when you could buy individual wagon wheels in each one in its own little packet like that, but they were open to the elements. It was like in an envelope with an open end. Like in the day, if you buy a loaf of bread that wasn't wrapped up, you can still get some of those these days. Yeah. It was like that back in the day before, people worried about health and safety and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And we all survived it.
Well, and that is the problem. Yeah, health and safety, I think, has gone a little bit too far one way. It's just a bit. Yeah.
And sometimes
you climb a tree these days.
Go on, if you want to. I won't tell anybody. There's plenty of trees here.
Well, my daughter climbed her first tree last summer.
Did she? Has she come down yet?
She said, "Oh, this is amazing." I said, "Yes, this is what I used to do as a child."
Aww,
yeah,
right.
Because as we just mentioned, health and safety is a little bit.
Yes.
Can't do conkers in school anymore either.
Yeah. And all the school playgrounds now have that kind of spongy surface, so they can't, smash their heads open. Not like we used to do in our day.
Yes. I'm laughing because I've seen, kids really smash elbows, broken legs, really bad incidences of. It's the old roundabouts. Remember the old roundabouts where you could spin it and it would go. It would seem like it would go back in time. It was going that fast.
Right, yeah.
Back to the future sort of fast. Right. That's how fast it went. You got one of your friends just running, and you're just.
Yes, that's true. Yes, one person would push it and run and then eventually jump on it themselves and try and do it without losing their footing and knocking their teeth out on those metal bars. That's right, I remember. In fact, you've just reminded me.
Yes.
See, people listening won't be able to see this, but you see these two front teeth here, right? I was playing with my friend on the playground one day when I was a little kid, and we were playing on the slide. And I went down on my front, as kids sometimes do, and he came down before I got off at the other end. Somehow, I don't know quite how it happened, but he crashed into me, landed right on top of me, and my face went smashing into the metal of the slide, and I heard this kind of rattling sound, and I looked down, and these two little white triangles on the thing, and the corners of my two front teeth had broken off with the impact. Wow. And my face went, it felt like it was kind of shriveling up with the pain. Yeah. And I was rushed down to the dentist, for an emergency appointment and everything. Fortunately, the both teeth themselves were still alive, because sometimes that can just, they have to be held out. And for many years, I was walking around looking like Dracula's ghost. And then donkey's years later, I met a professional dentist. I just lived with it. I didn't think anything about it. Oh, that was it. My mum and dad said, well, can we do anything to fix this and get him looking human again? And the dentist said, well, he's still a school kid. He's likely to...
How did you look?
I looked out. I've probably got a photo somewhere. If you can imagine, they both stuck out a long way, like Freddie Mercury, but a horrible shape because they were broken, both of them.
Interesting.
And I was told, well, we could fix them, but because you're still at school, you're likely to go and, do something else before long. So why don't you just leave it for now and fix it later? And that meant that for donkey's years, I was walking around looking really not particularly pleasant at all. But I just got so used to it.
Yeah.
And then one day I met a professional dentist who said, you've sparked my professional interest with those. He said, I think I could do something. He was a cosmetic dentist. He says, I think I could do something with those, and I'll do it for you for free because I'm just so interested. I've never seen anything quite like that.
Wow. That's
so
amazing.
what you see here is the results of his handiwork.
Yeah. It's amazing, that.
Yeah. I never thought about that for years and years, and you just sparked it off talking about playgrounds and stuff like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was a day when if people had sort of false teeth put in, you could kind of tell, couldn't you? They were so perfect looking that you knew they weren't real because they were just too perfect.
Yeah, this isn't any criticism for people who have their teeth whitened, but some of the teeth I see that have been whitened, it looks like looking at the sun.
Are they really that big?
It is very bright.
Yes.
Yeah, I said this is no criticism to anybody having their teeth whitened at all. It's just there's a certain colour tone that needs to be, you know.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Now that you mention it, I can think of certain world leaders who come into that category.
Yes, mention no
and
names.
one in particular, the one who everyone's talking about, but we better not mention who it is.
Yes.
Suffice it to say, he shares his name with a Disney character. Yes, world leaders. Who would want a job like that anyway? Do take my advice and don't become Prime Minister. It's a thankless task.
It'll be a very stressful job.
It would
Yes.
indeed. Although you do get to drive around in a ministerial car.
Well, you don't get to drive. Someone else drives for you.
Oh, that's true, yes. And you can't even make your own dinner. Someone does that for you.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Who wants to be Prime Minister anyway?
And also you have to move into number 10. No, is it number 11? Or is it, no, number 10.
Yeah, number 10 is the Prime Minister. Number 11 is the Chancellor of the Exchange.
That's it. Sorry, yes. Sorry.
Yes. Make sure you don't go to the wrong one.
Well, yeah, that could be a bit...
You know, that's another thing that's just occurred to me. If you're the Prime Minister and you get invited to all these special functions all over the place, you're going to be wined and dined to a very high level, but there must be times you come in and you think, I just want some fish and chips, or I just want a jam butty, or something like that, but I've got to have all this foie gras and caviar and champagne and all that stuff. You know, all that fine living, it'll give them gout. And that's going to burn the national health, isn't it? You can never think about that. You need to eat healthy.
Yeah, well, we hope that's going to be on the road to recovery, that national health. It looks like it's still
on. I hope so. Yes, it needs to be, it needs to heal its own self, doesn't it? Rather than just everybody else. But I've decided I'm not going to be Prime Minister after all.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yes.
What changed your mind?
Well, it dawned on me that if you're Prime Minister, whenever anything goes wrong at all, no matter what it is, people are going to say it's your fault.
Yes.
Even though most of it probably isn't, actually.
Yeah, but then if you think about it, that's what life is about anyway, if you think about it. Because if you're, let's just say you're husband and wife, sometimes the other person may say that it's your fault because they don't want to get themselves in trouble. So, you know, that's what life's about, isn't it? Or
so you're saying the Prime Minister should just take all of the criticism?
Definitely not. But life is about difficulty, so you've got to handle it the best you can. So,
well, it's true. There is that little phrase, isn't it? Into every life a little rain must fall. I mean, you can't expect to go through life without any problems. That's true.
Well, this is what I try to explain to some people as well. It's very, delusional to think that. Just be honest. It's very delusional to think that life is not going to have any problems, because life is about challenges.
It's true.
The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. So.
Well, that is true. But my point was, if you put yourself in a position of leadership, people are going to attribute the problems they encounter to you. They're going to say, it's all your fault. Therefore, let's vote you out and put someone else in. Brackets. Don't care who it is. And if I don't think about it too carefully, we're going to have all these same problems all over again next time. But as long as I get rid of you, that's the main thing.
On the flip side, I completely agree what you said, by the way. Just think how mentally strong you have to be in that sort of power. Position of power like
definitely.
That. Because we've seen it break people completely, and we've seen people who have become stronger. So
it's true.
It is, it's a funny old thing, the mind, isn't it?
Well, it is really.
Everything is the mind is very interesting.
Well, most political figures, usually they start well. They come in on a surge of popularity, even if that popularity is basically happiness at having got rid of the last lot.
Yes.
They come in on this surge of popularity, but then after a little while, people get fed up with them as well. So they start off popular and end up kind of creeping away with a whimper.
False promises.
Yeah, there are very few who actually leave on a high, because they tend to cling on until the very last moment when they've got nothing left to say or do, and there's someone else becoming more popular, and then they just get edged out. But I mean, even someone like Margaret Thatcher, who was quite a strong character.
She was, yeah.
And I whenever I saw her being interviewed, and there was a steely determination there. I mean, there was no question about that. When she herself said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with coming to see me. You don't need to be intimidated," and everyone's kind of going, "Well, actually, that's not quite how it is." But then one time she did let it slip. The mask slipped just for a moment, and she said, "Sometimes at the end of the day, when it's all just been a bit too much, I occasionally will shed a few tears quietly and alone." And I thought, "Oh, she is human after all."
Yes. Have you seen the movie The Iron Lady?
Yes, I have, and that was quite a contentious one when it came out, wasn't it? Not least because they brought it out when she was still alive. Yes, yeah, but I've seen it a couple of times. I mean, Meryl Streep is very good.
Yes, she is. She is. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't believe how long she's been acting. It's just
I
amazing,
know,
isn't
it is extraordinary. Now, I saw an interview with the director of that.
Oh yes.
And Meryl Streep had been approached to play the part, and I believe she said, "Well, I'll do it if I can make sure that I get Maggie's voice right. I don't want to just kind of just do an approximation. I really want to get it nailed." And so this director was telling this story, and she said, "So anyway, my phone pinged one day, and there's a message from Meryl, and it says, 'Here's my first try at Maggie.' And I pressed the button and listened to this voice, and it said, 'That's her. That's her. That's really her.'" So so the film went ahead.
Fantastic. Yeah. It's a very powerful movie, isn't it? So yeah.
And it's the beginning part where you see her with her husband, and then after they've had a bit of chatting for a while, and then suddenly you see he's not there, and that's when you realise that she's got this bit of dementia and stuff going on. But at first you don't know that. They sort of spring the surprise a bit later, and it is quite sad, really, that that she ended a bit like that. But
it's the same with Churchill. He died. Was it? The cancer. No.
Or did he have a mild stroke or something?
That's it. He had the stroke first. That's correct.
Yeah.
And then he died later from that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he just gradually debilitated. Yes.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah, because after World War II ended, he thought he was going to win the next election, and then Labour won, and then he was in complete shock, and then then he got re-elected again, but he couldn't do the full term, and that was the issue, wasn't it? Yeah,
I think the whole world was surprised when he got kicked out the first time.
I know. It's like, hang on, I've just helped us.
I know.
Save our country.
I know.
And the rest of Europe.
British people astonish me sometimes, honestly. Yes. When I'm Prime Minister, I'll sort all this out.
But you just said a few moments ago you've had to give it up.
I know. I was just seeing if you were paying attention.
Don't worry.
Oh, I'm not even the slightest bit worried. No. So just looking around, seeing who's materialising in the park.
As I mentioned earlier, mobile phones walking, people walking.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Have you been, when you was on the train?
In the train. Yes.
See, I've said it now.
Yeah.
See,
easily done.
It's infectious,
I bet you're one of those people who gets on a plane as well, aren't you? It gets a bit windy up there.
It does.
Yes.
It gets a bit cold as well.
Well, yeah. But give you a bit of string to tie around it and hold on tight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see many passengers, or did you see many passengers, A, looking at mobile phones, or B, reading a book, or just simply just being present in life?
And just being starstruck that I was there in the same carriage as them.
Ah, okay.
Yes. The answer is no to all of those, because I was basically heading out of London in the morning on a weekday. So, of course, if you're heading into London, you're on a very crammed, busy, jammed, sardine-packed train, and you have got your nose shoved up against some stranger's armpit and all of that kind of thing. But if you're heading out of London,
it's different.
Plenty of space. And particularly there, I was heading out to East Anglia, and before long, my entire carriage was virtually empty. Only very few people. Yes.
Yeah. The reason why I mention that is because I think presence is one of the most important things.
Presence.
Just being present with life.
Being in the moment. Yes, definitely.
You just miss so much.
Yes.
You do. You don't realise. You really miss so much.
You get so busy taking photos that you don't actually look at any of it.
I do take what I do. So if there is a photographic moment that I want to take, then I'll take out my phone, snap it, pop it back in my pocket, and that's it. And then I'll continue. Because what I do sometimes on my walks, I'll have to show you some of my pictures.
Oh, yes.
I walk around here and I will take pictures of silhouettes. So when the sun's just rising, you'll see a silhouette of the tree and things like that. So on Sunday, down Anley Hill, where the Asda, which still hasn't actually opened after almost a year.
I know.
It seems very odd. The lights are still on, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, so the lights have been on that building for almost 10 months.
Surely all the food will have gone off by now.
Oh, maybe.
Yes.
Well, there is one security guard, because I see him at the top on the first floor. Sometimes I wave to him.
Oh.
But I don't think he sees me. I just wave to him just to say, "Are you okay?" Because I've never seen him leave the building.
Well, hasn't anyone told him that at 8:30 he's supposed to come down and unlock the door, let people in?
I don't know. Yeah, but I always wave to him, and I always smile and wave and just stand there, and everybody thinks, "Why is this guy waving?"
And he never waves back.
He never waves back. One day I'll get him to wave back.
Maybe he's died at his post.
Well, he just stands there. He looks out the window. He can see. That's why I think, is he trapped?
5.
Why do they need a security guard in a place that's got nothing in it?
I simply don't know. But yes, back to my original point. It was really misty and foggy that morning, wasn't it, on the Sunday? So you couldn't probably see no more than probably 40 feet ahead of you, 30, 40 feet.
Yeah.
So I took a picture of that.
Right.
And it was...
Very ethereal.
Yes. I'll quickly show you now.
There, see, and everyone listening can see how good it is too. So I went on this German exchange visit, and my dad had a camera, and it was quite a bulky piece of equipment in those days, and you had to kind of have a light meter and all that, and work out how much to open the aperture and how long it had to be open for, and all this kind of thing. So it was quite an operation. Anyway, he said, "Here you are, take this with you to Germany and take lots of nice pictures." And I did slides. See, so slides is where they give you the film, you put it in, and you have to pull it across, tuck it in the other side, and then wind it around. And every time you take a picture, you wind the next bit on and all of that. So I did this, and I carried this camera around with me for 3 weeks all over the south of Germany, taking all these pictures. And I had 3 rolls of film, all full of photos by the time I was done.
Fantastic.
The only problem was that when I sent them all off to the developer, and they all came back, and one of these packets, because there were 3 packets, 3 films, one of them came back with a nice little box with all these slides in, and the other 2 were just a roll of film with nothing in, and a lab report. And it said, "This film is undeveloped. When you moved it across into there, it must have come unattached from the thing." So 2 whole reels of film. I'd carried it around all over Germany, and 2 rolls of film, completely nothing on them at all.
No.
And the last one that did work okay had 2 or 3 photos of Germany, and all the rest were either taken of the airport or out of the window of the plane on the way home, or things taken just at home, so I could finish the film and send it off to get developed.
Yeah,
and that was it.
You just gave me a flashback. When you go on a holiday and you've taken maybe 2 rolls of film, and then you've not taken enough pictures, so you want to get your money's worth, so you just take some random pictures.
Yes. Well, you had to then.
Yeah.
See, it's different now. Yeah, but I remember you'd go on holiday and someone would say, "Oh, I've got a roll of film with 36 pictures on it." And I was, "Oh, that'll be all right. That's plenty." Well, now, that's nothing, is it? You take 1,000 and not think twice about it.
But then that goes back to the point where you're in, present / moment, because you're enjoying life much more. So you wasn't taking as many pictures, were you? Because you knew you had to, in that one specific moment, you knew that one had to be more special than that moment previous.
Yes. It was more of an event, wasn't it?
Yes. So, yes.
Well, curiously, it was both an event and a non-event, because it was an event because you had to make sure it was all lined up properly and angled properly. You just move in a bit, you move like that, can you just look that way? So you get it all positioned as best you could. But then it was also a non-event, because you'd finally go click, and that's it. You've got nothing to show. You've got to wait months for the thing to get developed, rather than now where you can just see it instantly.
So I'm going for the wagon wheel.
Oh, you're going for the jammy wagon wheel. Looks good. Maybe I'll join you. I mean, I don't need your one. I'll take my own one from over here. Do you suppose the people listening to this can hear us chewing?
It'll be all right. It's fine. We're all humans.
You do get some humans who aren't very human.
Well, isn't there that man in China who is a cat or a dog?
Oh, what, you mean identifies as such?
He's actually got surgery.
Do you think it's real, or is it like photoshopped or something?
No, he's got an owner.
Crikey. I mean, there are some funny sites that people have recommended to me that I've had a look at occasionally. There's one called...
Oh, man is a dog. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a cat then?
Yeah, my mistake there.
I wonder if the owner has to have a dog license.
Well, this is it. Yeah.
Right.
It is.
You see, you've reminded me now of two websites that I was recommended to have a look at, which I looked at once and I've never been interested enough to look again. There's one called Bee Dogs.
Okay.
Where people who own real dogs, not like this one, they own real dogs and they dress their dog in a bee costume and upload the picture to this site called beedogs.com.
Okay.
And it's there. You can ogle at these lovely photos to your heart's content. That's the first one. And the other one, is called catsthatlooklikehitler.com. And it's like white cats with a little bit of black just there where the moustache would be. And they sit there like this, going like Siamese, going, and they really do look. It's quite extraordinary. Anyway, you can peruse that at your leisure.
Cats that look like Hitler.com. That is, I'm flabbergasted by that.
The question is, when you get home, are you going to look at that site? Go on, you can tell me. No one's listening.
I'll have a look, yeah. I'm not going to shy away.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, if you listening out there have enjoyed listening in to our conversation, and if you've got any ideas about the kind of thing you'd like us to talk about, please do send us a message and we'll be very glad to consider it. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And we've certainly enjoyed it, haven't we, Mark?
Yeah, we certainly have. And
We have.
enjoy your day, people.
Yes.
Positive is the
Be
most...
positive. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. As we have been entirely all the way through. Yes, so that's it. So if you've got any thoughts about what you'd like us to talk about, and if you've got any ideas about what we should call these podcasts,
Yes, please. That'd be
at the
fantastic.
moment, it's Richard and Mark see everything in black and white.
Yep.
And you get 10 bonus points if you can guess why we've come up with that title. And we shall look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon, if not earlier.
Thank you.
You're
Goodbye.
welcome. Yes. Goodbye. 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 You can go now. Okay.